Well, hello and welcome to Knife Delights. Here on the table here today we got us, I believe it's an Imperial Peanut. Remember, a peanut is called that because the dog leg goes up instead of down. And it's a small knife. So let's clean this tang stamp off. I'm pretty sure that says Imperial, but I want to make sure. Let's just touch it up here real quick. See if it helps us to read it. Yep, it's an Imperial, and it's one of the older ones because it's got USA across the bottom. It's got the crown on top, but yep, that's an Imperial. We look at the covers on this one. The covers are in very good shape on this one. Yep, that yellow cracked ice. And here's our blade. And we'll already see we got some stuff down in here in the nail nick, don't we? Let's try this. Not sure if that's rust or what. So there's that side and that side. Blades are in pretty good shape. They just got a little bit of rust on them. We can get that cleaned off. And let's check out our pen blade here. Where's that nail nick? Hard to get to. Looks like this one's been sharpened down. I guess they've both been sharpened down just a little bit, but still not in too bad a shape. There's our main culprit there with that rust. We'll be able to get that off easy. Let's check down in here. We can see we got rust here, and we got a whole bunch of stuff down in here we need to get rid of, don't we? So let's just scrape on it here. See what kind of stuff we get out of there. Yeah, there's some stuff. Doesn't want to come out. Some like pocket lint there. And we can see we got rust across the top there and rust down inside. So let's start out with some, I think this is my 600 grit sandpaper. Well, let's just start by getting down in there, see if we can't sand a little bit. Then we'll work on the blades just a little bit and then throw it into the rust remover. But let's just see if we can get some stuff loosened up down in there. Get out of there what we can first. Get down in there. There we go. Okay. And then we'll hit across the top here just a little bit. Careful not to hit the covers, but just remove what we can. And we'll see if we can get rid of some of that right there. Might have to hit that with the wire wheel. Let's see if the wire wheel will fit down in there. Yep. Yeah, that cleaned it off pretty good. You can use a wire wheel very gently across these back springs. Try to clean them up. See there, it's taking that stuff off. Again, careful not to hit the covers. Oh, look at there. A bunch of rust right there. Oh boy, just took right care of that. Yes, sir, that worked out well. Okay, let's just touch these blades up real quick. Again, just to see what we can take off initially. We get some rubbing compound on here. Good old trusty number 7. And we'll see what we can get cleaned up here. So someone the other day left a comment on one of the videos about they like peanuts, but the case peanut just costs so much, even the used one. Well, you know, folks, you don't always have to go with case. There's lots of these old vintage knives out there. And for the average person and the average chores that they're doing, daily tasks with knives, an old Imperial Peanut will probably foot the bill. They might not be as fancy. They might not have the collectability and the reputation, but they will get the job done. You see that bolster's dinged up just a little bit. Okay, so there's that blade. Let's see what we can do on the little pen blade here. Again, I'm not trying to get rid of everything here. It's just an initial pass. While we throw it in the rust remover. That's a pretty tough spot right there. That's going to leave a blemish. So there we go. It's got, yeah, see, kind of weak there. Check the back spring here real quick. Might be some rust on this back spring. There was a little something on there. We'll see. We'll throw it in the rust remover. Then after some mineral oil, maybe that'll tighten up a bit. Oh, let's hit that bolster here real quick. I missed that spot. Okay, into the rust remover she goes. Oh boy, folks, I gotta tell you something. I put this little peanut in the rust remover and I forgot about it. It's been in there for maybe 4 or 5 days. Oh my goodness, I just wanted you to see this. See what it looks like. Wow. I did not mean to do that. However, Can we recover? Oh my goodness. Wow. That really darkened everything, didn't it? The good news is, even with all of that, it did not damage these celluloid covers any. But it really did darken it. Oh boy. This is going to be fun to polish up and clean up now, isn't it? Look at how dark those blades are. But I tell you what, it cleaned them good. Oh, what a nice little knife this is. Just look at that, how dark that is. Well, we got some work to do here, don't we? Oh boy. This is fun, fun, fun. Alrighty, where's my little patches here? I didn't even plan on shooting this, but I got it out. I got it out of there. I said, man, I got to show this. I got to show this. Let's just see what happens here. Oh my goodness, look at all of that. What is that stuff? That is nasty. Try this other side here. Look at that goopy stuff that come out of there. There must have really been some stuff down in there. I don't recommend leaving it in there so long. But boy, did I get some goopy stuff out of there. Wow. Yeah. Well, we'll just keep wiping on it here, won't we? Okay. Let's look at that stuff. I don't even know what that is. That's bizarre. But let's just get to cleaning on this. Let's see how dark that bolster is, all that dark stuff on there, how dark that blade is. Let's just see what happens here. Put a little bit of the number 7, trusty old number 7 cleaning compound on here. And take that off. Put this on. And let's go to town. Well, that bolster polished up pretty good, didn't it? Try this side of the blade here. I think it's going to clean up okay. I do. Okay, well, let me work on it here a bit. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me just show you these back springs here. Let's just hit them real quick. I didn't want to keep working on that blade. It was getting warmed up, and you don't want to overheat the blades. And those little blades, it doesn't take them long to get warmed up. Get these back springs quick. Okay. Wipe it off here real quick. Yep, I think they're going to clean up. Okay, let me work on this knife for a while. Alright, this is what our little fellow's looking like now. Looks awful clean, doesn't it? Mineral oil sure made it look nice. Yeah, I think it's got really nice. Of course, I used a Q-tip and cleaned off the shield there just a little bit. Needs just a little bit more work on the blades, but I think it's ready for the ultrasonic cleaner for right now. And before I put it in there, something I'm going to start doing more and more here, I think. I don't know why I wasn't doing it before, but got a little bit of warm water and Dawn dishwashing liquid here. I'm just going to get down in there and brush out anything we can. Scrub that out good, and then we can scrub on that area right there. Just making sure we're getting anything there. And then we can close the knife up. And these are always hard areas to get into right in here. So let's just take the brush, scrub on that just a little bit. See there, we're getting some of that dirty oil and crud out of that area, aren't we? Okay, set this aside. Move the camera up here. And we got our ultrasonic cleaner. Again, just warm water. Oh, I didn't put any dish soap in there. So we'll add some Dawn here. And I've learned to just kind of do this. Just put little streamlets of it in and around rather than just squeezing the bottle and putting one big chunk in it. Kind of helps even it out a little bit. Doesn't take a whole lot. We'll take our knife and open the blades. Something like that. Set her down in there. And we'll let her run for about 5 minutes or so. Whoops. Hit the wrong switch. There we go. Let her rip. Well, I'm assuming that the water's not going to be very dirty, but let's take a look and see. Oh my goodness, it's dirtier than what I thought. And some of that cloudiness may come from the rubbing compound that was inside there. But as I let it drip, you can see some stuff coming out, maybe some oil, dirty oil. It was tucked away in some of them crevices. Yeah. Turn this off. And we'll set it back out of the way here for a second. And just wipe her down. And I've got some fresh, clean mineral oil to throw it in since we've had it in the water. Pretty nice, isn't she? What a nice little peanut. Okay, let's let it soak in the mineral oil for a little while here and just get it lubed up again and displace any moisture that might be down in there. Well, this is kind of the end result on this little old peanut. Nice little Imperial peanut. Ah, did I ruin it? Well, no, not exactly. I mean, the knife's going to work just fine. But if you'll remember, after I'd taken it out of the rust remover, you know, I'd left it in there for so long and I was cleaning the channels out and I got a bunch of gooey stuff out and I'm like, what's this stuff? Well, if you look close, you can see how white it is right there. It looks like what it did is that cracked ice there. It got down in underneath long enough that it kind of melted that away. So you can see where it's really white there. I think it melted some of that stuff away. Now, if this was just laying in a bin or somebody took it out of their pocket and handed it to you, you probably wouldn't even notice the difference. But I can tell because I know what we started with. So the knife isn't ruined per se, but I did learn a lesson. Don't over soak the knives. And I'm always telling you folks, you know, monitor your knives if you put it in the rust remover or using any other kind of a chemical. Always monitor because you just don't know what damage it can cause. So there's a good lesson, a real good lesson. But overall, this knife turned out very well. What a nice little peanut. And I think I mentioned it earlier, but someone had left a comment that they like the peanut, but the case peanuts just are kind of out of their price range. Well, you know what? Get online, check your antique stores. You can probably find a nice little Imperial peanut like this for $5 or $10. You might have to clean it up some, but there's still a handy dandy little knife. I would not be afraid to carry this knife at all. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And go out and have a very delightful day.